Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully you guys are all having a fabulous day here today. We do got some pretty fun stuff to get into. We officially have Rosanna's skill kit. We're going to go through that here today. As always, if you are new to the channel, like and subscribe. It does help out a ton. Truly appreciate that, and thank you. So yeah, let's hop into it. So, first things first, with this entire video, there might be an advanced recruit voucher floating around hiding some stuff because Rosanna's not liked by YT, so just make that clear. If there is one, it's because I had to, so I apologize. You've already seen the animation and such, so you know about this, but I'm just making it clear that there might be an advanced recruit voucher on some parts of this, just because they don't like her. They don't like her. Nope, it's 100% confirmed. Sucks to suck, I know, but yeah, I don't know how I'm going to showcase this character because they don't like her at all. So that's fun. I'll try my best though, again. But, yeah, so you've probably seen this already. Again, this was on stream, so you know most of this, but some parts have to probably be covered. So that's the fun part of it. Oh my god, it's Summer Niece all over again. If anybody knows, I talked about this on stream. Summer Niece was like the most annoying character to do any video on because, or even like show anything on because of various things, and you know those various things. So there is an advanced recruit. I apologize, but I have to do it, so pretty cool stuff there. Yeah, nothing I can do about that, and I won't replay the video because I don't want to just keep covering it up, and it's going to be hell on earth. But you can also see the particle effects are there. They both have these kind of cool little effects here. I'm guessing that's hers too, which seems to be only affecting one enemy, right? Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. You like the flower over here on the back, and yeah, it's a pretty cool character. A lot of people are hyping this one up, so for the most part, I think that you know, players want her to be the better one, so let's find out. She's a supporter. That's automatically better just because it lasts longer. But let's see. Make your best down below. Did they shaft Rosanna? People were scared because, again, Rosanna has a curse on her. She is shafted the first time. Did she get shafted a second time? Let's find out right now. Supporter is the typing. The assault rifle is the weapon. Burst skill is 2. Code is wind. So again, all stuff that we already knew. Ammo capacity is 60. Reload time is 1 second. Affects targets. Deals 13.65% attack as damage. Deals 200% damage when attacking the core. So again, pretty standardized stuff here. We got a first skill, Farida. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Activates when entering battle, affects all allies. Damage to parts goes up by 25% basically for 15 seconds. Okay, pretty solid there. Activates when an ally or self destroys an enemy's part. Affects all allies. Attack up 3% of the cash's attack. Stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 30 seconds. So when an ally or self destroys it, 3%, so 15% up. Last that for 30 seconds. Okay. Skill 2. We have affects all allies. Damage to parts up by 25% again for 15 seconds. So basically she gives automatically 50% for 15 seconds. Correct? Affects the nearest, our enemy nearest to the crosshair. We just saw that in the video. Deals 70% of final attack as sustained damage every 1 second for 15 seconds. Wow. So there you go. Yeah, they're just, you need him to get her, right? You do. So damage the parts, helping Rosanna kill a part, helping technically, what's her face, Sakura kill a part faster. Then on top of that, you have the sustained damage, which is, again, they're pushing some dot damage here, which is cool, right? We've had that, I think, early in the game, right? The earlier Pilgrim, I think Haran is a sort of dot damage. So, I mean, we'll see. I think it can't be that bad, right? Yes, it's going to probably suck with, like, any AoE stage, right? I think they're going to be terrible on AoE stages, right? Because the dot damage seems to only apply to one target. So we'll have to see how that operates in both characters. If any boss has additional targets, it's automatically an L for her, or both this team, right? But any team or any boss that's just simply the boss itself, it'll be fine, right? So just keep that in mind, but yeah. Next up, we have affects all allies, sustained damage up by 20% for 10 seconds. So again, you know who that's helping. And then, what is it? Affects all enemies. Damage taken goes up by 32% for 10 seconds. Yeah, and she's a burst, what is it? 20-second burst too. So you see, they don't need to do these 40-second burst twos. They don't need to. But, you know, I'm happy. People are scared that Rosanna would have gotten a 40-second burst too, because we've seen so much of it lately. Dude, The only thing that should be banned in this game, 100% is burst to 40 second. That should be banned. I don't care what anybody says, that's got to be banned. That should not be a freaking thing. I hate that. Whenever that's there, it automatically sucks, dude. So, I don't know. Damage to parts 25%, affects all allies, 15 seconds. That affects when entering battle. Okay. Activates when an ally destroys an enemy part, affects all allies, 3% up to 15%, lasts for 30 seconds. Damage to parts affects all allies, 25% with a cooldown of 30 seconds. I just realized that, yeah. Affects the enemy with the nearest to the crosshair. So the first 30 seconds you're destroying parts. 15 seconds you're destroying parts quickly, right? Because this only activates when entering battle. After that's dead, right? So this is gone. Okay? And every 30 seconds you get a 25% increase. And then every burst, you get damage taken goes up. Basically, what I will say is she's not a must summon at all if you're not pulling Sakura. If you miss Sakura, why would you pull for this, right? If you put this with Sakura, then it's good. So if you're planning on skipping one of the summer characters, then there's no point. You know what I mean? Because isn't this true that you need them together? Like you're missing a pretty solid buffer. Plus she's B2, so automatically you have to look in that area of B2. There's a lot of potential for this category to be better. And again, this character is pretty good. Damage taken debuff is pretty nice. Sustained damage. This over here again every 30 seconds though. Damage to parts again goes up for that entire thing, helping Sakura destroy. Yeah, I mean it has potential. It does have potential, right? In the future, as we get more bosses, maybe in Interception EX, we have a boss that has a lot of parts. It's a single boss. You know what I mean? So, I like this. I don't know. For B2, she's pretty solid. So, let me know what you think, correct, about all this here. But it's, again, they're hand-in-hand characters, right? You see what Sakura's capable of. The dot damage is pretty insane. Like, she's actually pretty good. So that sustained damage, which is, again, damage over time. If anybody's wondering what dot damage is, I don't know if you, again, people are saying, like, what does that mean? If you play other games, it's like DOT, dot damage. This game doesn't really incorporate that too much, per se. We have a few characters that can do dot damage, but it's not much, right? Outside of the field of, like, Haran, I really don't know who does that much dot damage, or who's a big, like, user of that. But in this case, Rosanna and Sakura are trying to do that entire sustained damage thing, which is basically a version of that, right? We also have to see how the sustained damage will scale. That is something that also has to be found out versus gear and such. If that can scale, we're in for a really good thing here. That's gonna be like the case, right? So we'll see how it goes in the future. We'll see if they ever even push this as a meta. You've seen it right now. Like some characters we see release and they never push a meta. Like they're a new thing, or they're a common, like, what is the word here? Like skill use, but you see they don't actually expand on that. With this, if we get more characters in the future that ever have dot damage, which we might not ever get characters that have that, but if you do, the team just gets better. But again, they've always released like a sort of comp and then just thrown that comp out the window with a new comp releasing. So can't really specify too much there or go into details because that's just it. It just happens to be always the case. But for now, yeah, the damage taken debuff is pretty good. Sustained damage, okay. Deals over there. Damage to parts, 25%. Yeah, we'll see. Right, we got to test. Supporter obviously scales a little bit more, but we'll see how good the supporter really is when the game comes out for the update, right? So again, she's week 2, by the way. So we're only gonna get Sakura week 1. We're gonna learn Sakura, have fun with Sakura, and then be able to pair them up afterwards. So we won't even have a consensus until 1 whole week, unless Sakura on her own just does so freaking good. Then we'll see. But with this, you'll have to wait. Remember that. So most of the buffs here that could pair up with Sakura won't be there. Okay, so that's gonna be fun, but we have to wait for that one, right? With that being said, let me know what you think. So I think that if anybody was wondering, did they butcher her? I don't think they butchered her. I don't think so. I do think she's pretty solid, right? Is she like triple S? No, not triple S, but she's pretty good. So people were expecting triple S here. I don't know about that one, but she is pretty good. So do what you will with that information. Take care, have fun. That's been it for me. That is the Rosanna Chic Ocean Advanced Recruit Voucher video. Yeah, you get the joke. Yeah.